Hi, my name's Prumihimo, and this is the second in a series of videos that I've produced to show people how to use carrier beads, the latest craze in bead weaving, with Kumihimo, my great passion. I hope you've watched my first video because in that I show you in detail how to make this necklace. But now in this one I want to show you how to make this necklace. So quite a different look, but still using the fabulous carrier beads and still using Kumihimo. This uses a different braid structure though, and I think it's a rather lovely necklace and a little bit different. I'm not going to show you how to do the actual carrier beads because there are plenty of videos for that, so do search for those. My passion, as I say, is Kumihimo, so my aim is to inspire you to combine techniques to make beautiful things. So this is a close-up of the design. And the way it's made, it started really from the knot here. You attach your carrier beads and then you work the braid in two parts. You work this one and then this one. And then you finish off. Now this video is not going to tell you, as I said before, how to actually make the carrier beads, nor is it going to tell you how to finish off your Kumihimo, because I've got some great videos on that tell you in detail. So if you're not familiar with this, you're much better off watching the whole video. So please look out for those. Now, to make this, the quantities you want are 8 cords of Eslon Tex 210, which is the 0.5mm diameter. And you start with 8 cords of 150 centimeters, which is 60 inches. Now, I'm using the plastic carrier beads here, which have slightly larger holes. If you are using the glass ones, you'll need to use the finer cord. You will need to use the Tex 135, which is about 0.4 of a millimeter. So your starting point is to gather your cords together and tie them in an overhand knot. And that knot needs to leave you enough room for your tassel. So if you want a long tassel or a short tassel, this is where you need to make your decision. But I suggest leaving about 10 to 15 centimeters, which is 4 to 5 inches, because that'll give you room to tie your knots at the end. So just tie your knot first of all. Then divide your cords, so you've got 4 cords and 4 cords. And you need to attach your carrier beads just as I showed you in the previous video. So you pass through the carrier bead, you divide your cords, do a double knot, in through the next carrier bead, divide the cords, double knot, and so on. Now, I'd just like to remind you that in the previous video, we did a curve. So we did double knots at the top, and I did quadruple knots at the bottom. You could do triple knots as well. So just to make those knots bigger. But in this case, we don't want that. We want double knots here, and we will do double knots on the other side. Now, once you get to that point, you can decide what sort of braid you'd like. And just to make it a bit different, I have used a braid made on the Prumihimo disc. You could use regular round braid on the regular round disc, or your favorite braid structure, whatever that might be. But I'm going to show you here how to start your braids from that bead on the Prumihimo disc. So your starting point is to put those 4 cords on your Prumihimo disc in the slots that usually carry thin cords. So that's 3 top and bottom and 4 top and bottom. Your beads and the rest of your necklace will be hanging down in that direction. Then you take your thicker cords, and again these need to be the same length, so your satin cord needs also to be about 150 centimeters, which is 60 inches, and you put that in the top and bottom slots. You just lay it over the top like that, in the top and bottom slots at number 1 and the top and bottom slots at number 2. Now, as you will have your necklace, your beads, carrier beads hanging down below, you may not need a weight. So I would start without a weight and only use one if you feel that you need something. And we would normally start with number 1, but this is the only time you don't. And it does make sense if you think about it, because the top thick cords are just laying on top. So for this, we actually start with number 3. So we do our regular move, top to bottom, bottom to top, bottom across with number 3, and then number 4. Top to bottom, bottom to top, bottom across. And what that has done now is that has attached those thicker chords. So now when we go back to our regular pattern of just starting with number 1 and working our way around 2, 3, 4, all the chords are attached. So we can just do top to bottom, bottom to top, bottom across, top to bottom, whoops, bottom to top, bottom across, and then we carry on with number 3 and with number 4. And once you've done a complete sequence, then thread size 11 beads onto all of your thin cords. Now it depends how long you want your necklace to be. I used 40, you might want it a bit longer, you might want 50. So that's size 11 beads threaded onto all 4 thin cords, and then you simply add in your beads every time you come to those thin cords. And if you're not sure how to do beaded Prumihimo braiding, please watch my video because it's got all the details and takes you through it step by step. So all you need to do is continue braiding to the end of your cords and then repeat for the other 4 cords which are emerging from the necklace. So you do one side first and then you do the other side and finish off your necklace. And then finally at the end just thread on a selection of beads, large and small, tie a little knot at the end, seal the knot with glue, and then just trim the tail of the cord close to the knot so that you make a pretty tassel. Well, I hope you enjoyed that walkthrough of how to make this lovely design. I hope it's inspired you to make lovely things for yourself. If you haven't made this one, why not? Now have fun with this one, and the next video is to show you how to make this. So I hope you'll join me for that. Don't forget, subscribing to the channel is how you'll know what I'm up to. So just hit that subscribe button and you'll get an email every time I upload a new video. So until then, bye.